that what it sounds like?
Followed by...
We were just giving some strokes to Douglas, who's 16 this month. Happy almost birthday for Douglas.
Oh. Is he gonna have a party?
Funny enough, on his adoption certificate at the pound, when I found him, it had the name Taquito on there. I do love a taquito. And it said his birthday was February 22nd, which is my birthday. So I thought it was a sign.
Oh.
Yep. But speaking of animals, I'm freaking out. Did you find kittens somewhere?
Oh my God, Drew. I can't stop finding kittens. They show up in my backyard and they just scream. They're out there, meow, meow.
Oh my God.
I'm turning into a cat lady. I have 4 now.
I mean, you are Catwoman,
yeah,
so, you know, maybe that's the call. Maybe they understand.
I have found countless kittens, but I also try to catch the moms and the dads and get them fixed, because that's how I fix the problem. I've kept 4 of the kitties, but now I have to stop, and I'm finding homes.
4 is a lot.
4 is a lot, and I have 2 dogs too, so 4 is a lot. But I've taken this on as like my side hustle in my neighborhood to sort of fix the problem. So all my neighbors now are letting me into their yards.
Have you ever heard the cats, you know?
Oh my God, it sounds like they're walking to their death. Yes.
Literally.
Yes.
I have never, here, close your eyes for a second.
Yes.
Is that what it sounds like?
Followed by, I mean, that comes after.
I've never heard anything like it.
Yeah.
It's the oddest sound. It doesn't sound pleasurable, but it also doesn't sound miserable either.
I don't think it's that pleasurable for these mommies, for these female cats.
Oh, no.
I don't get that feeling. I don't know why. Have you seen it happen?
No, I only have heard it because they used to mate outside my old apartment window. And so every night at 3 in the morning was the and
That's good, Drew.
Thank you. It's embedded in my head permanently.
Well, seeing it will be really embedded in your head, too, if you saw it.
Well, I'd like to catch that, actually, now that you mention it. Okay, so we're spaying and neutering, and that's the answer. And then they can all they want. I watched Crime 101. Incredible cast. Unbelievably sexy, really fun. Don't look away for a second, or you might miss a twist of the turn. It continues.
I mean, look at those 2.
Is it true
Seriously?
Chris Hemsworth was like excited, intimidated, and had like big feelings about working with you? I mean, the Chris Hemsworth.
He says that, but I don't believe that. I can tell you this, Drew. I've been doing this for 30 years. I have never been so taken care of by a group of men in my entire career. Maybe only James Bond.
James Bond.
When I worked with Pierce. These men, my feet didn't hit the ground working with these guys. From Chris to Bart, our director, to Mark, like they just respected me, they championed all of my ideas, they lifted me up, made sure I was okay every day. Like, it was a dream. They set the bar, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to work again, actually.
I mean, this really is like the cast, too.
Yeah.
These are all the people. Monica Barbaro,
Yes.
you know, Barry Keoghan, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, like,
Yes.
this is...
And Nick Nolte.
And Nick Nolte
comes back.
That's
yes.
right. He's in it with, when you guys sat down to make this film, did you guys talk about any film references?
We talked about that with Bart. He told us that he's a big fan of like the real adult heisty movies of the past, like Heat.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
It feels like of that genre.
Yeah, or Collateral, like these kinds of sexy noir thrillers, but that great action, but that are but have great characters at the heart of it, right? And we talked about sliding doors because the way these characters all sort of interact with each other without knowing half the time, and how they all come together. And by the end, all of their stories intertwine in such a way that makes all of them very important to each other.
Yes.
Right, and it was interesting to figure out how that
and alliances form and change. Like I said, you cannot look away for a second on this film because it's like constantly keeping you on your toes.
Yes.
Sexy toes.
Sexy toes.
Like high heel stilettos. It really is. It's it's okay, great. We have a game here that we love to play called Memory Bank. And I think the only things I've really saved throughout my life are the books I've read and the photographs I've taken. And sometimes I'll just find an old stack and I'll look through them and like the thoughts that come to my head. So that's what this segment is. It's in honor of like looking back. It's Memory Bank, everybody.
I just did that.
Well, let's see the first photo. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
There you are.
Oh my God, this was the Miss World pageant, and of course I was there for USA. This was in Macau, Hong Kong, and I think I was about 19 years old there. Yeah. I did not win this. I lost.
That's okay. What was that life experience like?
You know, this was a journey that I never thought that I would be on, honestly. How did I get to be, you know, Miss USA in the Miss World pageant? You know, my boyfriend entered me into the very first one, Miss Teen, Ohio.
And what did you think when he entered you in?
When I heard how much money you could win.
Right.
Because I wanted to go to college, and my mom didn't have the money to send me to college. So I was in it for how can I get money so that I could maybe pay for my college education. That's what I went to, right? How could I win something that I could use?
You mean the most admirable reason?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. So I just remember that it was like a learning by fire. You know, it served me so well when I realized what my career would be, having to travel around the country and around the world and speaking and being in front of people and presenting myself and gaining confidence really served me really well for the rest of my life.
Okay, this is so positive and so beautiful and such a moment.
But look at the hair. What is happening with the hair?
The best hair. I mean, it's like 80s. I miss the 80s. God, why was the 80s so fun and free?
And why do I have on 2 watches?
I know. I did notice that, by the way. I went straight.
What was that about?
Maybe you were worried about the time. Okay, well, look at the next photo. I love going. I'm in Macau and like with you. So, remember you were like, oh, I bet there might be a picture of like something unattractive or a bad outfit.
This would be it.
Okay, but no, not so much, because it turns out that reveal of the thong became the thing and is still the thing.
We're still thonging?
Everybody's still thonging. When you went out that night, do you remember at all like adjusting the strap, thinking, oh, this is a fun thing, I'm gonna go with this? Like, or is anyone gonna know what I'm doing? Like, what was the thought process? Because it became a thing.
Yeah, I do know it was a bold decision at the time, and I wasn't quite sure about it. I remember saying to my stylist, I don't know if people need to be out like this. And I got convinced, obviously, that we should be out like that, so I went with it.
I think the world is better for it.
Yeah. I can't say I would do this today.
There are things that I feel like I probably wouldn't dare do today, you know, but I'm so glad I did them then.
Yeah, then, yes. Yes.
Then was fun. Oh, okay, that is you. And I believe this is an ode to 59.
That was ode to 59, yes.
I mean, hello, 59.
Yes, yes.
And did you turn 60?
I'm 60 this year.
You're 60 this year. I'll be 51 this year. What month are you?
August.
August.
Yes.
Okay. So do you start practicing the age you're about to turn a little ahead of you turning it? Me too.
I've been saying I'm 60. Like I said already out here, I'm 60. I'm not 60. I will be. But yes, I'm already 60 in my head. I do feel like when you read about a woman, at least in our business, the age always precedes them. I was sitting with Chris and Mark, and I was complaining about how come my age always has to be talked about and your age is not. I'm like, I don't even know how old you dudes are, but you all know how old I am. And so
Why is that?
I don't, well, we know, come on, Drew, we know why.
I know, but it's funny
because we're defined by that and they're not, right? But I don't have a problem with my age. I just don't like the sexism of it all.
I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly what discrepancy you're speaking of. I try not to focus on it, but you're telling the truth and you're absolutely right about that. And that is some BS because I think, again, what you're doing is reframing. I think looking at old pictures is a lot of reclaiming. And I think when we think about the reframing, I really do not want to underestimate how important reframing is. I think for me, it has fallen into a lot of my mental wellness. I think I've had a lot of demons and darkness in my head due to a way I was thinking about, seeing, approaching, feeling, reacting to things. And just by doing this really hard work of reframing things, they're getting a little less stressful.
Where do you think that came from?
I think, well, two things. One, when I started this job, I felt very out of my depth. I wasn't being kind to myself about it. So that was one. And then the other thing that started to happen is I started to feel so much tremendous pain in my body. A pain that for about almost 1 year, I've been in every medical test trying to figure out what's going on with my body. And every test keeps coming back that this is really only potentially hormonal or stress. I am looking to people, you being a huge pillar for me, because we've been on this multiple times now, of trying to find my way through something that I'm going through naturally and can't fight as a woman, and I'm trying to land on my feet the best I can, and it's not an easy journey.
No, because there's no path yet. We are forging the path right now for how women will go through this time of life, empowered with knowledge and education and therapies, right? We're figuring that out right now, so our daughters and other generations won't have to go through this.
It's reframing how we mentally see ourselves. It's the way we're reframing men
How they see
menopause.
us. Yes.
I can't believe there's the word men in it.
I know, which is why we should change the
The
name.
irony.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with a man, and I want more sort of whimsical, sexy support on the whole subject. And I want us as women to own this time. And no matter how much we shut it down or have generational sort of aspects that didn't bring it to the forefront because someone didn't do the research or didn't put this as the priority, it doesn't have to stay that way.
No, we get to change that.
All right, we're gonna go to a quick break. We're back, everybody, with Halle Berry and Halle's platform. Respin is a game changer for women going through menopause. I've been getting heavily involved in it. Thank you to Halle. And every person who signs up will get a dedicated coach, which is really important because it turns out perimenopause and menopause is very different in every woman. Access is an issue, communication, finding out resources, all of this is available through Respin. And here today, we have her head coach, Maria Luque. You know, I've been talking to Halle about Respin. I have all the products. I know the website. I'm now working with you. I filled out my dossier of all of my symptoms and really physically where I'm at, including mentioning the treatments I'm now currently on. How does one start? And God, I'm dying to know any information you got from my particular chart.
Well, thank you for filling that out. And that's really where we start. We really try to capture as much information. We're getting all that information from you. And then you pick a coach, and then the magic happens, because then the individualized approach happens. Because as you both talked about earlier, menopause is such an individual journey. We can't just make something fit to you. We have to make things fit around you, around your life, your busy life. Everybody has a different type of life. And then the community comes into play. You come into the community or group cohorts where you get to meet other women that are going through the similar process.
And that's the best part. For me, talking to other women, you feel not alone and you feel like, oh, I am not crazy. You're going through that too, and that's so, so helpful. And the reframe that you've been talking about.
I wouldn't have thought so. I'm normally more of like a lone wolf about things, and it is only through community that I have made this such a joyous, empowering, humorous, and now effective journey. I am so mad about what you just told me. I could scream, and oh God, can you please tell everybody what happened? How many people here know that you need 1 whole year from one period to a no period for a full year cycle? And that's when you're officially in menopause. If you're like 1 day short and get your period, you go back to 0. What happened to you?
You don't even know this.
I don't. Ooh.
So Drew and I shared this. On March 21st would be my 1 year. I would be in the menopause. I was already planning my siesta. I'm like, my family's been going after it. I was in London on this press tour. My boyfriend Van heard, ah! I was in the bathroom. I got my period. I got my period.
Oh, life just doesn't want you there yet.
I was like, how can this be? I was so close. And I called Dr. Sarah, another doctor at Respin. I'm like, Sarah, what is happening? And she was like, is it just spotting? I'm like, no, it's full on, like full on. I've got my period. And she just went, oh no, back to the beginning you go, darling.
And I mean, that's at 59, and I have a friend who's 36 who just completed her 1 year round. So
you see?
These are not identical situations. It's so different for everybody. I am so sorry to hear that.
I know.
And I will be calling you within the next 60 days to let you know anything.
I know.
Because I'm so scared. Because I went to 10 months before and went back to 0. And
This is my second time. I did it the
Yes.
first. Got close, started. I was like, okay, 1 more year. Drew's doing it, I'll do it.
I might be
Now
joining you again.
No, you're not. No, you're
60
not.
days,
Poo,
we'll
poo,
see.
poo, poo. No, you're not.
Well-
You're gonna invite me to your siesta. I'm gonna celebrate with you.
I mean, Maria, what is like a way that comes to the top of your mind of how to sort of settle someone in to join Respin and kind of get a taste of what the process is going to be and what you're going to accomplish goals-wise right out of the gate?
I always want to say that we at Respin we don't try it. We do things very differently.
Yeah.
We bring the fun.
Yeah, especially this one.
I'm gonna bring the fun. It is not about making, like I was saying earlier, the approach is just so different from creating a product and then shoving it in your life.
Yep.
Just trying to really like pigeonhole you into, this has to fit for you, versus there is no product other than you. You are it. You are the person that determines what this path is gonna look like. And we as coaches are only there to help you navigate that and figure it out for yourself. So we're more like a really close friend that is not like on your side, and we're an expert, but we're also your friend, trying to help you make decisions that fit you. Not me saying, you know what, Drew, I think I heard enough. Here's what you need to do.
I think also Respin feels like a home to me, whereas I was going very compartmentalized to a lot of different doctors, and that was not serving me well.
Right. It's all under one umbrella there.
That makes a huge difference because all the data, all the history, what's working, what's a misfire. Did you notice anything from my chart out of curiosity?
Yes, you seem a little overwhelmed.
Okay. I am.
Overwhelmed, feeling tired.
I am.
Anxious, you got too much going on.
I know. Yeah. That's how you feel.
We all need a little bit.
Petting the dog. No,
That's why the doggy's here.
It's so stressful also when you just can't remember anything and you're so tired and I tried treatments. One really didn't work and sent me off on a path that was really scary. And then I found it in another form. And for the first 3 or 4 days, I was like, oh God, here comes the feeling again. 4 days later, I'm like, oh my God, I think this is what evening out feels like. It's like a miracle.
Yes.
I don't feel like bursting into tears today. This is a miracle.
And here's the things you learn that, you know, you might get through a certain set of symptoms and you're sleeping better. And then all of a sudden, 30 days later, you're no longer sleeping again. So you constantly have to modulate it. And that's when a coach like Maria comes into play, because she will help you then figure out, okay, what have you done differently? What might have affected your sleep? You know, what's changed in the last 30 days, and help sort of you come to terms with what that is, and then what new adjustments do you need to make, because sleep is really, really important. And just taking HRT doesn't fix your sleep. HRT helps many symptoms, but you still have like 40% more you have to figure out on your own with diet and exercise. We just did a study with Peloton called the PRESS study, and we found out that 84% of the women had symptom improvement, right? So that just goes to show you
That's
movement
amazing.
matters, diet matters.
And you have a bingo card for me, actually, and I think a lot of it is about movement. And I have to say, like, I glimpsed at it because I was like curious. These were such fun suggestions. Like, they are proactive, they are fun, they're pops, they're minimal. If I may, one was like stand, you know, at the wall, you know, when you stand at it for like 30 seconds and you kind of hold that like position. One was like get up and play a song. There were prompts in there that I didn't feel like I was hearing elsewhere. And I've been trying to do PT and Pilates and some dancing and all that stuff. These were outside of the box suggestions that also felt very doable. And like I said, like pops, you know, and it got me excited to do it, because sometimes people are like, you need to do this, and I take the pamphlet and I'm like, oh my God.
It's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
You're serious? How am I gonna pull this off?
She's got something called super snacks, and they're little bite-sized things you can do throughout the day that help us busy moms, women, manage to put movement in your day. If you don't have an hour to go to the gym, many of us don't, I often don't, you can do super snacks throughout the day, right? And so you get it in a really fun way.
You don't need more. You don't need someone telling you that you need to do more. And the way I look at the bingo cards is also, what if we turned movement and nutrition or anything more of something that we collect rather than something that we fail at or that we must do? So a bingo card, which these are lit, this is really fun, is really more you get in there. Who doesn't have that playful, fun adventure as a kid of just having to check something off, like something fun, like a boom.
I do think you brought something very youthful, vibrant, and joyful to something, again, that people were making feel stodgy and old. It's like, no, this is not that era anymore. And I love the prompts, and I can't wait to work my bingo card.
Can't wait to see the bingo finish.
If you see me in the grocery store in a line, I'm probably doing Kegels. You know what I'm saying?
And get a hula hoop.
Oh, yeah.
Get a hula hoop.
That's
Talking
what
about
we
that
did.
fun. That's what we did.
Wait, can you do the hula hoop? Because it falls down on me every time. Like, I suck at the hula hoop.
Oh, girl,
it's hard.
I'm so good at it now.
You
because
are?
Of this one.
She's a pro.
I can move around my backyard while I'm like, I've gotten so into it because it's fun and I'm getting exercise while I'm gone to my childhood mind and I'm having, I'm being a kid again.
And that's
so
how
fun.
we started our group sessions.
Yes.
The group sessions that we did, everybody got a hula hoop, and that's how we started it. It's that fun, it's that adventure.
I feel so much better, by the way, and I was so excited. I feel sane. That's a big deal. Yes. I have spent the last year feeling really screwed up. And
have you gotten on testosterone? Have you tried testosterone?
I have not tried testosterone. Talk to me really quickly about that, because I also feel like that can bring back the libidinous.
Yes.
As I said on your chart, I have zero sex drive, but I hear testosterone gets something going. I've heard it's saving marriages, because couples who love each other but just don't, have that spark right now are finding it.
And we often hear testosterone and we think, okay, I'm gonna grow a beard. But it's not really true. You don't take the same testosterone that men create. There's a different testosterone for us that women create, and that's what you're taking, a bioidentical testosterone, a compound. And that is what, you get your libido back and you get your drive back to do things.
It's shocking, all
Yes.
these findings. I feel like a little student,
Yes.
like with my miner's cap on, but you are the university and the college I attend.
Oh.
So thank you, you guys. Halle and Maria, for more information on Respin, visit re-spin.com. And Halle's film, by the way, once you deal with all your stuff and you want to go watch a sexy movie, this movie is like Testosterone, by the way. It really is. It's so hot and exciting and beautifully made. Hot, sexy date night. We'll go to a clip as we go to break. Thank you guys so much.
You're very groomed. Your hair, your nails, your $12,000 watch there. Everything is just a little too perfect. Which tells me you have a lot of money and a lot of time on your hands, Mike. You got the clothes, the cars, but you can't seem to look me in the eye. And I'd bet you didn't grow up with money.
How do you figure that?
Because people who grow up in chaos crave order.